A Common Idiot presents Monster Mania. This next movie is very near and dear to my heart because, again, I love slasher movies. I love the slasher genre. And when I was growing up, a lot of these already existed before I was around, right? I was born in 85, so when I was old enough to start watching these, they already existed. Whereas this franchise and this movie, I was able to experience that global phenomenon firsthand, and that is 1996 Scream. This movie is by far one of my favorites, and probably not the favorite, right? You can't beat the absolute classics that kind of led the way, but this is absolutely up there, and it killed it at the box office because you got to think, at the time in 1996, a lot of these slasher genres and franchises were already into their third, fourth, fifth, sixth movie, and you know what happens when we get that far into these movies. Most of the time, they start to deplenish and not do as well. This was something fresh. This was something new, and brought to you by the mastermind of Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven. This did a lot of things different in the sense that we weren't dealing with evil entities, right? We were just dealing with normal people. And not only that, we were dealing with characters in the movie that were self-aware of the horror genre, and that, hey, in order to survive what the hell is going on in our town, we might have to follow these rules. That was different. That wasn't really a thing before. So there's a lot of great things that this movie kind of did in a sense of groundbreaking with the slasher genre. But not only that, they had some, characters or actors who played in these movies that were more well known versus some of these others back in the day where these were just unknown people, and that's how they got their fame. Courtney Cox being one of them. She was a big-time actress at the time, so that was a big deal putting her into this movie. But I absolutely love this film. I love the fact that they used the technology of, phones at the time, and that's how they kind of picked on their prey. The fact that there were, again, these are spoiler videos, so if you haven't watched this, I recommend you watching this first and then coming to check out these videos. But having two killers was an awesome idea. And again, these are grounded characters. We're not dealing with evil entities. We're not dealing with, demons or anything. These are just people that have lost their mind, right? One has a legit reason as to why he's doing what legit to him as to why he's doing what he's doing. And the other one is just a lunatic who likes the idea of killing people, and they feed off of each other. And that's how they came to figure, hey, let's do this. Let's plan this out. Let's become famous because they, one of them is so into the genre of slashers and horrors, and he wanted to be a well-known serial killer. It was so well done. Wes Craven was his insert as the janitor, right? And a lot of nods and throwbacks to Nightmare on Elm Street. When you see Rose McGowan's character wearing the number 10 jersey, which was a little nod to Johnny Depp's character from the original Nightmare on Elm Street. And yeah, this is such a great movie. I love the voice of the guy who does the voice changer, who's Roger L. Jackson. I remember when this movie came out, everybody tried to find something that sounded like it, and it never did, because obviously that's his voice, right? You can't replicate his voice with a voice changer. But the Ghostface killer voice itself is so iconic. I mean, I remember seeing some behind the scenes stuff where it literally had Drew Barrymore scared. Like, she was scared when she was on the phone with him talking to him. And that's what makes a good horror movie, is when the people that are in it are actually scared and you're getting real life reactions out of this stuff. So again, I can't praise this movie enough. It's definitely one of my favorites, especially if you want a good slasher movie during the Halloween season. I would highly recommend you check this movie out or revisit it because it may have been a while. The sequels, I don't think, are as good as the original, obviously. A couple of them hold up better than some, but nothing beats the original that started it all. That opening sequence with Drew Barrymore at home, with the boyfriend in the pool, it's so just painful to watch that ending scene with like I said, with Drew Barrymore, when the parents show up. That whole sequence is mind-blowing from the beginning, and that really kickstarts this movie like, oh, wow, we are in for a ride, and you absolutely are. By the time you get to the end, this is definitely something that I highly recommend you check it out. So let me know below what your thoughts are about Scream, the original, and you can even let me know what the sequels, how you feel about that, because like I said, I don't think they're as good as the first one, but I love the first one. Nothing beats it, and it's definitely one of my favorites. So if you like this video, hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. I'd appreciate it as well. So till next time, everybody, take care.